Can you imagine a Jewish captive in the heart of the Persian Empire receiving the secret blueprint for the Messiah's arrival? Is there a precise timeline leading to Jesus that was drawn thousands of years ago? Welcome, dear viewers, to the Deconstructed Truth, where we continue to unveil the biblical mysteries shaping our modern world. In previous episodes of our series, Iran in the Bible, Decoding Its Complete Destiny, we explored Iran's ancient origins in Genesis, Persia's surprising role as a liberator, Daniel's prophetic visions of empires, and modern Iran's transformation into a formidable adversary of Israel. Today, we step into the enigmatic world of the prophet Daniel, who received astonishing visions while in exile in Babylon and serving under the Persian Empire, modern-day Iran. His prophecies not only predicted the rise and fall of empires, but also revealed the most crucial secret, the exact timing for the Messiah's appearance. This video will unveil 5 Messiah timeline secrets, prophecies shining from the heart of the Persian Empire. You'll explore detailed prophecies like the 70 weeks, Daniel 9. Understanding how they precisely pointed to the day Jesus Christ would arrive and suffer for humanity's sins. We'll analyze why these prophecies were given to Daniel while he was in ancient Iran, and their implications for God's faithfulness and his plan of salvation. Will this astonishing accuracy change how you view religion, politics, and the war between Iran and Israel today? Let's dive into these haunting prophecies. Secret 1. The divine encounter in the heart of the Persian Empire, the source of revelation. The first secret of this episode takes us to an astonishing encounter. The very source of the most profound prophecies concerning the Messiah's timeline, Daniel's divine encounter in the heart of the Persian Empire. This is a lesser-known yet crucial detail. The prophet Daniel, a Jewish exile, lived much of his life under Babylonian and then Persian rule. He wasn't in Jerusalem, nor in the temple, but in the very core of a pagan empire, where he received some of the most earth-shattering revelations about the future of Israel and all humanity. Imagine this, in the first year of Darius the Mede, the time when Persia was ascending. Daniel, realizing from Jeremiah's writings that Israel's 70-year exile was nearing its end, embarked on a period of intense prayer and fasting, Daniel 9 verses 1-3. As he was praying and confessing sins for his people, the angel Gabriel appeared to him, bearing a direct message from heaven. This was no coincidence. It was precisely in Daniel's moment of anguish and seeking God within a different political system that the most crucial revelation arrived. Why Persia? Why not Jerusalem? This highlights a key principle in God's plan: He can act and reveal His truth anywhere, through anyone He chooses. Daniel's presence in the Persian court meant that these prophecies were not only given to a Jewish prophet but were recorded within the context of an empire that profoundly impacted Israel's destiny. This gives the prophecy an international scope, transcending the religious or political borders of one nation. This divine encounter, taking place amidst Persia's peak power, laid the groundwork for the secrets of the Messiah's timeline. It shows that God cares not just about kings and nations, but about the sincere prayers of His people. He used a faithful prophet, even when he was surrounded by a vastly different political system, to reveal the greatest secrets of His salvation plan. The precision of these prophecies, given from the heart of ancient Iran, stands as a powerful testament to God's omniscience. Secret 2. The 70 weeks prophecy, the exact redemption blueprint to the day. The second secret is the jewel of Daniel's prophecies. The 70 weeks prophecy, Daniel 9 verses 24-27. This is more than just a prediction, it's a redemption blueprint calculated to the very day, revealing the precise timing of the Messiah's appearance and death. The angel Gabriel declared to Daniel, 77s, are decreed for your people and your holy city to finish transgression, to put an end to sin, to atone for wickedness, to bring in everlasting righteousness, to seal up vision and prophecy and to anoint the most holy. A 7 here is not a week of 7 days, but 7 years. So 77s equals 490 years. The prophecy is divided into 3 main stages. 7 sevens, 49 years from the issuing of the decree to rebuild Jerusalem until the city is rebuilt, with its streets and trenches. This decree was issued by Artaxerxes, another Persian king, in 445 BC, Nehemiah 2 verses 1-8. 62 sevens, 434 years from the completion of Jerusalem's rebuilding until the Messiah appears. Adding 49 years and 434 years, we get a total of 483 years. The final 7 years events to occur in the final week, including the Messiah being cut off and a ruler destroying the city and temple. Biblical scholars have meticulously studied this prophecy. When we calculate 483 years, from Artaxerxes' decree to the Messiah's appearance, it brings us to the very time of Jesus Christ's public ministry and crucifixion. The book of Daniel was written while Daniel was in Persia, hundreds of years before Jesus was born. This precision cannot be coincidental, it is proof of a divine plan. This prophecy is more than just a mathematical miracle, it is the heart of the gospel. It reveals that the Messiah's coming was not a random event, but a precisely calculated part of God's redemptive plan. This offers a powerful perspective on the relationship between religion and history, showing that earthly events, including the politics of empires like Persia, are all woven into a larger divine blueprint. Secret 3. The Messiah cut off, the startling fulfillment. The third secret is the most astonishing and also the most tragic part of the 70 weeks prophecy: the Messiah would be cut off. Daniel 9 verse 26 states, "After the 62 sevens, the anointed one will be cut off and will have nothing." Cut off here means to be killed, to be removed. This precisely prophesied the death of Jesus Christ. Consider this. The prophecy was given to Daniel while he was in Persia, around the 6th century BC. It predicted not only the Messiah's arrival but also his sacrifice. This is an incredibly sensitive and controversial detail for many, but its historical fulfillment is undeniable. When Jesus began his public ministry, everything unfolded exactly according to the prophetic blueprint laid out centuries earlier. He taught, performed miracles, and ultimately suffered crucifixion. His death, though a tragedy for his disciples, was the completion of a divine purpose, atonement for humanity's sins. The prophecy also states that after the Messiah is cut off, the people of the ruler who will come will destroy the city and the sanctuary, Daniel 9 verse 26. This was fulfilled in 70 AD, when the Romans, led by General Titus, destroyed Jerusalem and the temple for the second time, in perfect alignment with the prophecy. This destruction marked a tragic chapter in Israel's history, and it also serves as clear evidence of the precision of Daniel's prophecy. Why include such a tragic detail in a prophecy about the Messiah? This shows that God's plan encompassed suffering and sacrifice to achieve ultimate redemption. It also emphasizes the gravity of sin and the necessity of a divine atonement. Although modern Iran may reject the validity of these prophecies and Jesus' role, their accuracy stands as a challenge to every religious and political system. The 70 weeks prophecy is one of the strongest pieces of evidence that the Bible is God's inspired word, and his salvation plan through the Messiah was predetermined from eternity. It calls us to reconsider our beliefs and recognize that what happens in the world of politics and war may be signs of a larger plan unfolding. Secret 4. The destruction of the temple and city, a historical mark of fulfillment. The fourth secret is an integral part of Daniel's 70 weeks prophecy, detailing the destruction that would come upon Jerusalem and the temple after the Messiah was cut off. Daniel 9 verse 26 continues. The people of the ruler who will come will destroy the city and the sanctuary. The end will come like a flood, war will continue until the end, and desolations have been decreed. This prophecy was fulfilled with terrifying precision in 70 AD, when the Roman army under General Titus besieged and completely destroyed Jerusalem and the Second Temple. This was one of the most tragic events in Jewish history, marking the end of an era and the beginning of the Jewish diaspora throughout the world. It is remarkable that this destruction was prophesied in such detail hundreds of years earlier by Daniel while he was in the heart of the Persian Empire, modern-day Iran, and later reiterated by Jesus himself, Matthew 24 verses 1-2. This destruction was not merely a random historical event, it was the fulfillment of a specific prophecy, testifying to the authority of God's word. This event holds profound significance for Israel and the Jewish religion. It marked the cessation of the temple sacrificial system and the beginning of a new era where the relationship with God was no longer dependent on a physical location. In the modern context, as Iran openly calls for the destruction of Israel and Jerusalem, this prophecy serves as a powerful reminder that Jerusalem's fate rests in God's hands, not those of men or political powers. Although the city was destroyed in the past, prophecy also speaks of its restoration in the last days. The destruction of the temple and the city of Jerusalem was not just a tragedy but an indelible mark in biblical history, affirming that God's plan is progressing exactly on schedule, despite the opposition of earthly kingdoms. It calls us to trust in God's sovereignty and recognize that He has the power to orchestrate all events to accomplish His purposes. Secret 5. Daniel's enduring role and its meaning for today, living amidst unfolding prophecy. The fifth and final secret of this episode brings everything back to the role of the prophet Daniel himself and the profound meaning of his prophecies for our lives today. Daniel was not just an ancient prophet, he is a model of faithfulness and discernment for us, who are living in a time when his very prophecies are unfolding so clearly. Daniel lived and served under pagan empires, specifically Babylon and Persia. He was not isolated from the political and religious world around him, yet he remained steadfast in his faith in God's purposes. His life teaches us not just to observe the world but to engage it through prayer, to remain alert to heaven's movements even when earth shakes. Behind every government policy, every war drum, every peace treaty, there may be forces at war that the world cannot see. But you, like Daniel, have been given a glimpse. Daniel's prophecies were not just for his time. The angel himself told him to seal up the vision for the appointed time of the end, meaning the story wasn't finished in his day. Persia's role didn't end when Greece overtook it. There would be another chapter written for a later generation. Could that generation be ours? Could today's events, conflicts, threats, alliances, be tied directly to visions once given in exile by a river in Babylon? These revelations remind us that we cannot rely solely on the news cycle to understand what's happening. Headlines tell us what happened, but prophecy tells us why. The original script emphasizes, we are not merely observers of history, we are participants in prophecy. So what is our place in all of this? We are called not to panic, but to live with discernment. When we look at Iran and Israel today, we don't just see nations, we see prophecy still unfolding, inching ever closer to its fulfillment. If you had stood beside Daniel when he saw it all, would you have believed it? And now, standing in a time when it may be coming to pass. Do you see it? Ultimately, though the Prince of Persia still wages war in the unseen realm, he does not have the final say. Because above every demon, every principality, every earthly power, God reigns sovereign, and his promises to Israel remain unbroken. This is a call for us to look deeper, to pray more steadfastly, and to live with the firm hope that the ultimate victory belongs to God. We have just delved into and explored 5 Messiah timeline secrets revealed through the visions of the prophet Daniel. From his divine encounter in Persia, through the 70 weeks prophecy regarding the precise timeline of the Messiah, the startling fulfillment of his being cut off, the destruction of the Temple and Jerusalem, to Daniel's enduring role and the profound meaning of his prophecies for us today. The story of ancient Iran and the prophet Daniel is a powerful testament that history is not random, but a divine script written by the hand of God, unfolding in our lifetime. The astonishing accuracy of these prophecies affirms the supreme authority of the Bible and God's detailed plan of salvation through the Messiah, Jesus Christ. No matter how complex the wars and political, religious tensions between Iran and Israel may seem, we are called to look beyond the headlines to recognize God's hand moving in all things. So, after all you've heard, do you believe Daniel's prophecies about the Messiah's timeline are astonishingly accurate? Do you see the connection between these ancient revelations and what's happening in the world today? And do you recognize your own role in living amidst these unfolding prophecies? Leave your thoughts in the comments section below. And if you'd like us to continue exploring how current events connect with biblical prophecy, give this video a thumbs up and share it. This lets us know that we should continue uncovering more prophecies unfolding right before our eyes. If you found this content informative, don't forget to hit the like button. Subscribe to the Deconstructed Truth, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our upcoming podcast episodes. Thank you for listening. We look forward to having you join us in the next video of our series, The Prophetic Flow, Israel and the Nations, where we will move to the series, Mysteries from the East. Iran and the Messiah's revelation, beginning with, the Magi from Persia, when foreigners recognized the King of the Jews.